What's up, bassheads? Welcome to the Bass Drop Podcast. I am here with my co-host Kalana.
How's it going?
What's up? So today we have a special guest. We were going to have him last week, but he was sick, I think. So we decided to bring him in this week. So let's drop the bass on Jerry Ain't Loud.
Hello, everybody. The myth, the legend.
So what's up? So one of the things that we're going to ask our guests, first off, what got you into car audio in the first place?
My cousin Pee-wee.
Pee-wee.
I was probably about 14 years old, and subwoofers were kind of like nobody had ever really heard them. And he came to the house one day. He just got him in his car, and I heard that like boom, boom when he was coming down the street, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah.
Do you remember what kind of system it was?
Most of it was Fallsgate and Alpine. I don't know what kind of subs he had back then, though.
Fallsgate and Alpine.
Right after that, the only subwoofers you could really get was the Stillwater Designs kicker boxes. And then, like, shortly after that, it just kind of blew up.
What was your first system that you ran? Like, what was the first time you ever bought a system?
It was terrible. I had two Targa 10s and a Sanyo 4-channel amp. And back then, like, the amp was like 50 by 2 and 20 by 2. So, obviously, like, the 50 watts on the subwoofers and the 20 on the mids and highs. It was terrible, and I loved it.
I think everybody's first system to them, like now looking back, was terrible. But back then that was like the best that we ever had. It was
awesome.
Greatest.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my first one was I had two OptiDrive 12s in like a prefab box. Looking back, it sounded like crap, but back then I thought it was amazing. You know, I had my gain all the way up and all that.
Definitely,
so.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you turn the gain all the way up, it's supposed to make you louder. That's not true. But
my first setup was my mom was throwing away two Sony tower speakers from her entertainment system in the house. And I ended up plugging the holes on the tweeter and the 3-inch mid-range. And then I just kept the 12-inch driver that was in it. And I hooked that up to the rear deck 6x9s that were in the car.
So, one thing I forgot to mention, by the way, guys, to the people watching, if you use the code BASSDROP at djdirtybass.com right now, you can get a flash drive for 20% off, and that's for the rest of the day.
I gotta go hit this real quick. I get a flash drive real quick.
I think we're all gonna jump on that flash drive discount.
Hey, 20% off, you can't beat it. That's 64 gig. It's got everything I've ever done, so you know that's what most people buy.
So I want to ask Jerry, what made you decide to go with the Jeep as the vehicle of choice for your bass ride?
Man, okay, so I had a Tacoma. I had a brand new Tacoma, and I hated it because I don't like new cars at all. So I was looking for a car, basically got rid of the Tacoma, and I needed a vehicle. And at the time, my wife was working at Pick and Pull, and she's like, get a Jeep Cherokee because everyone that comes in here still runs and drives. And I gave $700 for that Jeep.
Really?
Supposed bad motor, bone stock, missing some parts. So after a trip to Pick and Pull, I had her running really good, did the lift on it and everything, and it was my off-road mud toy. Like, I drove it on the street occasionally, but it was my off-road mud toy. And I don't know, I wanted to get back into car audio because I hadn't been in it since like, I don't know, it probably been like 8-9 years. And I literally I wanted to do a 6-order wall. I didn't know nothing about 6-orders, didn't know how to build a wall. I watched some YouTube videos, and I kept, like, you can't find no good information for 6-orders on Facebook. It's not there. So I went and researched all this crap on like pro audio websites, and I built the Jeep.
So the box you have now, is that the same box that you built whenever you first started?
No, I actually built it for 415s originally, and I almost got a 65 out of it. It was a demo vehicle. It's always been a demo vehicle, but yeah, it was 415s. And in the beginning, it had one MD8K and 4 American base XFL 15s in it.
Okay.
So the follow-up question would be, since we all know Jerry as the low guy and you like to play the lows, what made you fall in love with the lows? Because being the fact that back in the day, subwoofers and their capabilities didn't really play the lows like that. So I know that you were in it around a time where it was more or less what we consider our mid-bass range now. What made you fall in love with the lows, and why did you choose to go that direction instead of the high?
The goal when I built it with the 415s was just a hair trick.
Okay.
Like if this thing does I was telling myself, if it does a 50 and it hair tricks, I'll be happy. So it did a 55 out the gate on one MD8K. And after the subs got loosened up, it did start hair tricking pretty good.
I think that's the main thing that most guys look for is the hair tricks. You get a girl in the car and you can get them to float their hair. I think it gives everybody a little bit of excitement.
Right. I think that's a lot of people's first big goal whenever they get into car audio, because I was talking to a guy that was looking for subs earlier, and he was like, man, all I want is for it to do a hair trick. I want to give my wife a hair trick. And and that was like that was his main goal. He's like, what can I get to get a hair trick? And I feel like that's most people's goal to start with. And if you are just starting out and you're watching this, what I found, low tuning, the lower you tune, the lower frequencies move air, obviously, better. So you want to tune lower to get that, get that air moving to float stuff, float hair, towels, whatever. So
I would have no idea what that even means.
What, tuning low?
Yeah, no, my build don't play low.
Hey, you can play 26 though. That's to a lot of people that's low, but
a lot of people enjoy the lows and the wind more than like having your chest hurt.
That is facts. I mean, I do enjoy the low builds. Like I got in your build and I got in Death Note Debbie's build, and they're both just super enjoyable. Like you literally can just sit in there and rock out to every single song that gets played, and it's just a fun build. What's up, Robert?
Look at these fine looking team control pressure. That's all we fine looking.
That's our loyal captain right there, Robert Williams.
He says he's the captain, but he's the captain.
And then this guy said that was his first goal. So
I got TCP Paul in my chat over here. He's saying he float from the C pillar, and that man ain't lying. He float from the C pillar.
How's he got C pillar wall?
Paul is just straight up cool. He let me ride his one wheel.
Legit,
so he see me.
Dude, that was the best. Cool. Zach, you were there that morning, right? When Jerry was riding that one wheel around the show?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was awesome. Like, that was my first time ever riding one, and I loved it.
I've seen you riding a couple things. Gas. You're riding an electric bike at the hotel, weren't you?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that had a motor on it, Jerry was down for it. He was like, let me get on that thing.
I mean, I'd ride a billy goat if somebody had one with a saddle or whatever, I'd take it.
Dude, I could see you doing that too, man.
I would.
Try to put a wall on a billy goat.
We could pull this off.
So, Jerry, what is your for your sixth order? What is your high end peak and what is your low end peak?
I have no clue.
You're like, it just plays.
Dude, after I did all the port work in it, I have never done any testing.
Respect, though. I mean, like you are a demo build, so like you're not really too into the throwing the meter in there and finding out what everything.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Do you compete a lot or
no? I have like way back in the day with the 415s I did.
Mm-hmm. I usually just go for demos. I'll compete every once in a while, but like my truck, it peaked at I think 30 hertz. So it's not. I mean, I've never really built for SPL anyway, but
Like there's dudes that love competing, and I mean it's kind of fun for real. But the problem I ran into is I got popular on social media, so when I pull into a show, everybody'd be like, "Can I get a demo? Can I get a demo?" And I'd be like, I got to run the lanes while my battery's topped off really good, and everything, the equipment's cold. So that just kind of threw a wrench into everything.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then I come to the conclusion, it's like, man, I'm spending all this money for some plastic bullshit, you know?
Yeah. Another thing, it's hard to tell somebody no to a demo because,
right?
You know, I don't know who this guy is, but he said he's got some stories on you.
That's my cousin that got me into audio. His name's Buford. We call him Pee Wee because he's only like 4'10", maybe 5 foot tall.
There we go.
So we have this man to thank for Jerry Ain't Loud.
Yeah, he's responsible.
Thank you, Buford.
Yeah, it's all his fault.
And then somebody asked you if you're going to do an update on a black Jeep. Do you have a black Jeep?
I do.
You do? You going to put a system in it?
It's got a system in it.
Okay.
Is that the one that you have the 3 woofers on 2 amps?
3 12s on 2 amps.
Yeah.
What do you call those? The rice something?
Fried rice.
Fried rice, yeah.
On some Bruce Lee amplifiers.
So that was the first time I ever seen or heard of somebody taking 2 amps and running them to 3 woofers. And I was like, why didn't I ever just think that was possible?
Yeah,
but I watched your video on it. Yeah, not strapping them. So the way that you did it was you ran to, 3 coils for 1 amp and 3 coils for the other. And when I watched that, I was very taken back because I was like, why didn't I never think of being able to do that?
And I did that just so people would ask that question, like, how the hell did you do that? You know?
Mm-hmm. So whenever you're doing something like that one woofer that's sharing 2 amps, is it hard to get that set perfect to where it's not causing unnecessary heat?
No, not as long as you gain match everything.
Okay. And whenever
you take 1 coil from each woofer to this amp and 1 coil from each woofer to that amp.
Yeah. Whenever you're gain matching, how close, like 0.1 or 0.01, how close do you like them to be?
I try to be within a 10th.
Okay.
And do you go off of, I know the answer, would it be, do you go off of the highest one or you go off the lowest one and then set all the amplifiers to the lowest one?
The lowest, yeah.
That would be the way that you would want to do it if you're ever gain matching multiple amplifiers.
Right. That way none of them are in clipping.
Yeah, that's how I did my 43s in my truck.
I have seen some people in the past who have 4, 5, 6 amps, and they will just set them all to their clip point, and they would all be putting out different VAC voltages.
Yeah, so, I don't like that.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, I think that they should all be at their lowest point of the lowest one in that setting there.
I feel like that would cause some cancellation issues. Like if you were to get up to clipping, and then 1 amp starts clipping before another one, or
it causes all kinds of issues that you just don't want in your system.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's up with the Death Note, man? Is there anything new going on with Death Note? Are we going to be making any changes? We got to weld anything up in Death Note since the
it's got to get a door, and I bought Deb the LF meter and had her own little Death Note case made for it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's from Dakota. Yeah, the Dakota guy.
I've been seeing him and EM Audio doing a lot of cool things with those LF knobs.
From AmpLink?
Yes. AmpLink.
Yeah.
Dakota.
AmpLink, he actually just made a hood prop for Ashland's car. It's got the Hello Kitty on it. And if y'all haven't seen Ashland's car, go check out her profile. It's the.base.kitty. And we're actually changing her whole theme. And we're calling it the Base Kitty now. And it's got Hello Kitty all over it. So it's really cool.
That thing is so ridiculous. It's awesome.
I know we're late to the party, but you should have done the Base Beaver and have Bucky all over that bad boy.
Hey, I still don't have a build myself, so whenever I get myself a build going, I might do Base Beaver. That's pretty funny.
Dude, that's actually would be the coolest.
Ronald Brassel says, have y'all ever heard this guy's system?
I have not.
Dude, he's got a blow-through with 615s. I think they're XB3s, but it's in a single cab F-150, an old school F-150, and it is one of the windier builds that I've heard. I think he actually just won a world record over the weekend in Base Wars.
Nice.
Speaking of Base Wars, can we just touch briefly on the topic of that you have to buy your world record setting ring, even though you set that world record?
I don't know. We can touch on that definitely, though, because other orgs give you the ring.
Yes. I seen that post on Facebook the other day, and I was a little puzzled by it. I thought I read it wrong. But no, apparently you have to buy your world record ring if you set a world record.
Here's how I see that. I feel like if you're competing in something and you're to win an award, that's your award. You know, that like you shouldn't have to pay for your award, you know, other than your entry fee. But I mean, that's just my opinion, you know.
I mean, that's how all the other orgs operate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ayahuasca will give you your rings if you win finals. Like that's your trophy for the competition.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there, though, because I didn't compete in finals, so I don't get a ring.
Someone said Kalan is the type of guy to buy a middle school graduation ring.
What I tell you in private chat, Robert, doesn't mean you can come into the public and tell everybody.
Now I'm really second guessing a lot of the stuff I've told Robert in chat.
Right? Damn snitch.
Ronald said at Pop-Tart show, which was the Kentucky finals, they were free. And at other shows, you had a choice to buy one. So I guess that depends on the judge, whether you have to pay for your finals ring or not. But
okay. Yeah, it was a little confusing because I didn't quite understand the post.
Shouldn't there be consistency across the board with that?
I would think so. But I mean, you know, every organization is different. They've got their own rules. So maybe it's up to the judges. I don't know.
Well, you would think 8 years as an organization, there would be some sort of steady, consistent thing across the board. That, yeah. I mean, Ayahuasca's been in business for over 35 years. I think last year was their 35th year doing car audio competitions.
Yeah. They said that the rings were an add-on.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And the Base Wars needs work. So,
yeah,
but
I like that final little thing he put there, you know.
But yeah, I've got the Base Wars competition pack, you know, but I competed once, I think, with Ashland's car. I competed with Ashland's car. So I'm not really sure the inner workings of their organization and stuff, but you know, I'm sure they've got their rules and the reasons that they do things.
So over here on my chat, William Barnhart, he is asking Jerry, why have you not hit up Zach for an all ICP USB yet? People are screaming for an ICP USB pack, and it has not been done yet.
I mean, tell you Zach right there.
Hey, so if you want songs done from me, go to djdirtybass.com in the flash drive section. Which, by the way, this bass drop code will work on custom edits too. You know,
hold on a second.
And any song that you put in, you can put in your frequency range, and I will engineer that song specifically for your system. So, you know, whatever your peak is, you put in your peak. I'll try to make that the main frequency. And both Kalana and Jerry can tell you because they both have their own packs.
Right.
So, you know.
Now, but I was telling Zach at the TCP show that the ICP tracks were getting very popular.
Yes, they were. There are more juggalos in the world than people like to believe. They're everywhere. And I may not stream juggalo, but I love ICP music.
Yeah, Zach likes doing them.
Yeah, I do. They're good songs. You know, they're fun to redo because they have unique bass lines. But you know, it's hard to fit them in because I'm so busy. Like Thursday alone, dude, I had 13 songs ordered in one day. So damn. It's really hard to keep up. So if y'all put them in that order stream, I mean, it's only $25 for one song or $110 for 5 songs, which, like I said, if you use this code, you'll save 20% on those. But yeah, get them ordered, man. I mean, they'll eventually come through in the regular packs. And then I'm actually working on subsonic packs again. So some of Jerry's stuff will go in the subsonic packs, and I've got some other stuff. But
that's the bad thing. People will want a song that you did for me, like Mad Professor. And I think Mad Professor starts at 18.
it does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Jerry, because there's a lot of songs that you've had Zach do for you that I would love to play in the Bass Canyon. I just can't freaking play it, man. It's too low. I can't play like that. Debbie's in the background. I can.
You are saying that, yeah. Damn.
So
that means you might actually. I hate to bring this up on a podcast, but you might have to start doing double edits. You know, like a low and then a high.
I've been saying this for the longest, Jerry.
I mean, the bad thing is it's going to make him like because Rusticals does that, and we want to stay away from that, but. At the same time, it might be beneficial.
But Rusticals makes like 4 copies of the song.
Right.
We just need a high and a low.
Well, like I said, it's hard for me to keep up now. If I were to do that, I would be doing twice as much work. So it would take forever to get the orders out. Somebody said I should do a kid-friendly pack. I actually have some kid songs. They're just not in one pack. I do have a clean pack. But it's not specifically catered towards kids. But there is stuff in there for kids. I have a lot of people whose kids compete in the Hot Wheels classes and the competitions and stuff that use some of those songs. So that it's out there. You just got to look for it.
We need a Disney pack.
Your range.
Some Mulan and some Frozen songs, Zach. That's what we need.
Put it in the order stream. I can get it. I can do it. It's just if it's not in the stream of my orders and stuff, I forget because I tell people, you know, like somebody will say, "Hey, can I Cash App you for a song?" And I always say, order it through the website because if it's in my messages, I will forget. I'm not very good at remembering that stuff.
I can confirm this.
Yeah, because Jerry wanted some songs, and I told him, order it. I'll give you a code. Order it. You know.
So this is a good question that Robert Williams just asked in the chat.
Oh,
what do you tune with? -7.5, -5, -2.5, etc.
Is he asking this to me?
Yes, he's asking you. How do you tune your music? What is your music set at?
So my music is set at -5 dB. Every pack after pack in 5 is set perfect at -5 on the bass. Some of the older stuff might go down to like -7. I think there's 1 or 2 songs that go above -5, but for the most part, all of the newer stuff is pretty much going to be right at -5. So if you use a -5 tone to set your amps, you'll be fine. Well, as long as you're not running 4x RMS power and stuff. That's another thing you got to think about. Rebase music takes a lot out of your amps because it's made to be loud. You know, it's made to be windy, to have that punch in it. You know, it's hard on your stuff. I'm not going to lie. But as long as you know what you're doing, you set your stuff right, you'll be fine. You know, -5 dB.
Now let's touch on your vocals, though, because there has been some people out there who said that the vocals are a little low for the DJ Dirty Bass compared to, let's say, some of the other rebasers out there. I personally feel if you have a DSP that's very fixable, you can just bring all your levels up within your DSP to bring that vocals back up. But why is that, Zach?
All right, so vocals in songs, every single song is different, and I can't edit the vocals like I do bass. Because whenever I rebase a song, the bass is going to be the same level all the way through because I put that in. But the vocals, I can't do that with because there's peaks and dips through the whole song, and every song is recorded different. I have been working on getting my levels right. So in the newer packs, the levels are louder. But still, it depends on the song because some songs have portions of the song that are quieter and portions that are louder. And I don't like messing with that because it messes up the flow of the song. So I try to make the song sound as close as possible to how the studio wants it to, you know, with the bass and with the vocals. But I do amplify those vocals a little bit, as close as I can to like -1, -2 dB, you know, because I don't want to get them too high. But
Dustin TCP King on my chat over here says he feels attacked by your comment of 4 times RMS power.
Yeah, right.
Hey, some people do it and they're fine, and then some people do it and they smoke subs. But I guess as
Shane,
long as
you can find it on YouTube as well. That DJ Dirty Bass on YouTube.
Yeah. And we're trying to get it on TikTok, but that's not working out too well for us. We were supposed to have it on Kalana's TikTok today, but
the next podcast in 2 weeks from now, it will be live streaming on my TikTok, and we're going to continue streaming here on Facebook and YouTube on Zach's profiles. But I will be on TikTok 2 weeks from now.
Hopefully on TikTok.
Hopefully. We got to sign up for some stuff, but we'll get it there.
Yeah. Oh, there's that comment just came through on here.
Yeah.
And then Glenn Savage asked if we have a DSP. I don't have one in Ashland's car, but I believe both of y'all do, don't you?
What do you run, Jerry?
I have, and it sucks because they discontinued it, but I have a DS18 DSP12i. And that thing
is it 12 channel?
Huh?
Is it 12 channel?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I can Bluetooth stream music to the DSP.
Now, can you make all your adjustments as far as crossovers and roll-offs and everything through your app as well?
No, I have to. This is what's crazy. I have to use a laptop to set it up and tune it, but it will stream through Bluetooth. It has optical input and everything. So I wouldn't even need a head unit with the thing.
You know, that's interesting you say that because I just got the Down for Sound 12 channel one that they make, the Easy DSP, right. And it's set up the same way. You don't even need a head unit. You can literally just stream Bluetooth straight to the DSP, and but it comes with an app, so you can make all your adjustments via the app.
The only downfall I've seen to DSPs and not having a head unit is every DSP I've seen, the lowest low frequency cutoff is 20 hertz.
Is yours set up that way too with the DS18?
Yep, the lowest you can cut it is 20 hertz. Like I've actually typed in 3 or 5 and it'll revert right back to 20.
Dang. Well, let me see. I've never checked how low mine could go.
Like if you look at a graph and say you tried to do a 12 dB octave fall off, it's still going to be pretty drastic at cutting them frequencies at 15 and 12.
So if you had a DSP you could set lower, you could actually bring your lows out even more.
Yeah, but it would also work for subwoofer at that point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the Down for Sound one as well. I can only go down to 20.
See, and that to me, that's the downfall.
That is a big downfall.
Thomas said, "I can't wait to see whose welds hold up better in the Jeep, Jerry's or Deb's."
Man, that's gonna be a close one. Deb wanted to learn to weld, so why not just throw her in there and be like, "Have fun with this," you know.
Hey, if it breaks, you're gonna fix it anyway, right? So
right, we'll weld it back.
Live and learn. Something breaks, you gotta fix it. That's part of it, man. Whenever you're being a bass head, you building your own stuff. You gotta fix things that break. It's just part of it.
Right. We both need doors on the driver's side, but they should make it through ruckus just fine.
Debbie said that is my YouTube. I guess I've not been very good at advertising that, but yes, the official DJ Dirty Bass is my YouTube. This is live on there and on my Facebook page as well.
I never even knew you had a YouTube.
Yeah, I've posted a few videos. We posted a couple videos of Ashland's car. I think I posted one of the build process of hers. I posted some of my F-150. We took Ashland's car in one of our local parades. We recorded that. It's got some, I guess decent content. It's not blew up yet. I think I'm close to or right past 1,000 followers on there.
Nice.
So,
what's next with Cody said that you need more VeggieTale songs, like silly songs with Larry. I have tried to get this man to do the hairbrush song from VeggieTales. but there's no beat in it, so we can't get it to work.
Yeah, I think I tried that one.
Yeah, you did try it a long time ago. I tried to get that song.
Jeremy said, "What's a good DSP?" I had a DS18 EQ crossover that I love, but that one is discontinued, so I have no idea what to get. What do y'all recommend?
DS18 don't have a good DSP right now, I don't feel like.
And Kalana likes, I believe you like your Down for Sound one, right?
I do like my Down for Sound Easy DSP. It's probably one of the easiest DSPs I've seen to be able to set and control everything if you're a new beginner to the DSP equipment. The 12 channel is $400 on their website, and you can get for I think it's like $270 something for the 8 channel. So you really don't need a 12 channel unless you want that full independent control. You could always get the 8 channel, run splitters. That works just as well. You just lose a little bit of independent control depending on how many 4-channel amps you have. But they're great. They're great. They come with an app. You can also do it on a laptop, and it's pretty self-explanatory once you get into the app and do everything.
Yeah, once you learn about like octaves and how everything like falls off and cuts everything at what volume, DSPs are really easy to set up.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I always suggest to everybody, because I did it myself, because I never ran a DSP. I came from a time in car audio where we would just use the crossover pots on the amplifiers, and that's how we would set all of our crossovers. So DSP was extremely new to me, and it took me a couple months to figure out what to buy. And I caved and I bought the Down for Sound one. But prior to buying it, I watched a ass ton of videos on how to set them, what octaves are, to fully make sure I understood what octaves were. And what I thought was an octave was not quite an octave. So I learned a lot of stuff through watching videos. I also came from a time where there was no YouTube or TikTok. So, you know, nowadays it's a lot easier to gain this information if you're curious about something new.
Right.
What I try
Benjamin Barnett just came in, by the way. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Jerry.
Oh, I tell people, like, say you're interested in the Down for Sound DSP. Go to the website, look at the DSP, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and there's going to be a link there to download the software. Download it, install it on your phone, your laptop, or whatever. And at that point, you can open it and write a tune without even owning the DSP yet.
I didn't know that. I might actually have to check that out.
That is a good way to kind of learn the software and how everything works, because you always get a graph at the bottom of the page with frequency, and it even kind of show you your cutoff of what you just did and the octave, the slope, and everything of how it's going to react.
Okay.
So, for instance, like this is the app for the Down for Sound DSP. So if you were to go in here, you could just go in and start playing with the tune. I'm not even connected to it right now.
Right.
Like Jerry said, you don't even need to own the DSP to get the application.
And pretty much any brand is going to be like that, because they're not going to give you a thumb drive or anything with the software on it like back in the day when you'd get a CD-ROM with it. Right. They just give you a link to where you download it and do what you want with it.
Now, the one downside to the Down for Sound DSP and their application is they do have a fully functional app for iOS. So for iPhones, for Android devices, they don't have one on the Google Play Store yet. You have to do the third-party install, and you have to download the APK files and basically go into your developer options to get that.
Jason Forcier, I hope I'm saying that right, said it needs a USB with old school. So a lot of people ask me for specific genre USBs. I don't do that, but if you want old school stuff, my 32 gig and 64 gig USBs are separated by pack and by frequency. So on those two USBs, there's a pack called the Nostalgia pack, and it has a bunch of songs from the 90s, early 2000s and stuff.
Man,
and
how old school is he talking, though?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah. I do have some stuff from, from the 80s. I've got some old rock on the USB and all that. So
I know you did LL Cool J, I'm Bad For Me.
Yeah.
And Run DMC, It's Tricky. That's old school as shit right there.
Dude, I like that song. It's tricky.
Right.
Yeah. I was born in 97. So I don't know a lot about that era of music. So the only way that I'm going to, so the only way that I'm going to know about it is if somebody requested. It's because I grew up. I mean, my dad listened to like rock and roll and stuff, so I know about that. And that's kind of where I started. Like I did some Metallica, some Nirvana and stuff, and that's in my older packs. But all that old hip hop stuff, I was never around that because my dad liked country and rock. So I don't know a lot about that kind of stuff.
I like all of it. All of it.
Oh, I like it too. It's just I didn't grow up with it,
Thomas Jr. in the chat says Ghostbusters theme song slaps. Fun fact that I don't think a lot of your followers know is that is the only song that has an intro on any DJ Dirty Bass song.
Yes, it is. So whenever I did that song, it was actually the same guy that makes at that time that made the intros for Rusticles, and he was like, "Hey, let me do an intro for you," and I was like, I don't know how my followers are like that, and I ended up putting it in, and dude, like the same day that I posted that song, everybody was like, "Don't start doing that shit. Don't start doing intros," and I was like, "All right, never doing it again."
Andy McGill is in the podcast. Living Loud with Andy. I don't know if you follow him, Zach. Living Loud with Andy.
Oh, is that the kicker guy?
It's Cookie Monster.
Okay.
Funny story. He came to TDH, got in the Bass Canyon. He looked super familiar to me, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then I looked at him. I said, "Who are you again?" And he goes, "I'm the kicker guy, Living Loud with Andy." I was like, "You're Cookie Monster?" He got it on film. It was epic, dude.
Somebody said, not to sound rude, but is there a way to know what Hurts' song is? So every single one of my songs, on the title of the song, there is parentheses, and inside those parentheses is the frequency of the song. So a lot of times, if there's only 3 frequencies, like bass frequencies in a song, I'll list all 3. But if there's 4 or more, I will just put, like, for example, 26 and up. So yeah, that's how you know. And I always go off of the lowest frequency. So the lowest frequency is always the first number. So
just look for songs that say Jangalang edition.
Well, those can be 18 and up or so. Yeah. So Jerry, you work for DS18.
I do.
So I think you do customer service, right?
I do tech support.
Tech support. All right. So how's that, and what's some new products that they're coming out with, or anything like that?
So we have really, really cool new product coming out, and tech support is its own thing because I don't know. I think there's a lot of older dudes getting back into car audio because here recently I've had an influx of people that buy pro audio speakers and they complain because they only get one. And it says right beside the price, like each. And, pro audio speakers are only sold individually.
Right.
But then there's a whole nother problem that we've been getting calls on is that they don't come with screws, they don't come with grills, and they don't come with speaker wire.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I haven't seen speakers come with that shit since the 80s. Or, well, no, 90s, maybe early 2000s. But, so, yeah. Okay, so something cool that we're coming out with. I can't give you all a whole lot of information on it, but our HKO line of amplifiers are all made by S&I in Korea. Great amps, pretty much just like everybody else's. But we have a collaboration coming up with Steve Meade.
Oh, okay.
Only info I can give you. The amps are badass. Like, they're breaking what they, which... the HKOs do break what they say they'll do. Like on the dyno, they always go above and beyond. But yeah, these are same quality Korean S&I. They look badass as fuck. I mean,
so can you say yay or nay on if it's going through Diamore Engineering or is it personally with Steve Meade?
It's DS18 and Steve Meade.
Okay. I didn't because I know that he goes through Diamore Engineering for a lot of his products that like the SMD meters and stuff are Diamore. I didn't know if that was who you guys were working with.
This whole series is a collab between us and Steve Mead.
Nice.
Man.
Pretty much all I can say, but the amps look amazing.
Awesome. So Jerry just dropped the bass on something really cool from DS18 on there.
What's really cool is last Wednesday at work, I was on an hour-long Zoom call with Steve.
Yeah.
Because, like usually on Wednesdays, we have Zoom calls at work to go over like new product and everything. And a couple of minutes into it, they just brought Steve into the Zoom call. And I'm like, this is kind of cool because you can, ask questions and all that stuff.
I've never talked to him personally, but whenever I first got into bass, him and his videos and Jonathan Price were the two that I watched whenever I first started. And EXO, of course.
EXO is old school now. He's been around a while.
Yeah.
He's been around a long time. All Black Tahoe says, "What's up, Jerry?"
What's up, All Black Tahoe?
Somebody asked.
You guys have been following his build, but his build is pretty freaking crazy with the 618s he's got in there.
Somebody asked you, Kalana, what he should do with the carbon dust caps you sent him.
Oh, that's Jamie. That's Joel TBO's boy. I sent him some 8-inch carbon fiber dust caps that I had at the house. He's got a nice little setup in his room with some Sundown audios. I don't remember the version of Sundown he's got, but man, put them on them Sundowns, dude. I think you got 12. You put some 8-inch dust caps on there, it'll be all dust cap. I think that's really cool look when it's mostly dust cap.
So here's a really cool piece of knowledge. A lot of people probably don't think about this or don't know it. You can add dust caps to your cone to lower the FS of your sub. So because a heavier cone, a heavier moving mass will lower the FS.
Yes.
So if you want to play the lows, it probably wouldn't make like a huge difference, and I don't know like the whole science behind it. But I know that if you add weight to your cone, you can bring out your lows a little bit more.
Oh, I've seen dudes freaking put goop of E6000 on their dust caps before.
But what if you took a carbon dust cap, went on the backside, scuffed it, and then epoxied some nickels to it, let it harden, and then glued it to the sub?
Yeah.
You could do that.
I mean, I'm not saying that it would be like the greatest thing in the world to do, but it would definitely lower FS.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of car audio competitions in Oregon in the Pacific Northwest, and out there it's primarily Iasca. It's very competition driven. That's competition oriented out there. There's really not a lot of demoing that goes on. Believe it or not, there's some people out there that have done some extreme things, such as putting nickels on dust caps and other things to gain on the meter and, tweak their system to do what they need it to do. So there's a lot of things that people will not let you know that they're doing, though.
Someone said it'd be cool to have EXO on the podcast. I'll have to reach out to him, see if he would want to come on.
And the Clue, you should get the Clue on here.
And then someone asked, what shows are we going to be at? I will be at Wake the Dead and Ruckus. Those are the two big ones that I'm going to for the rest of this year.
I will be at Ruckus as well.
I will be at Ruckus as well.
There we go. We got the
Ding-a-ling and Death Note.
Got the Three Stooges coming into Ruckus. And then what other shows are y'all going to?
The next show would be TDH for me, because after Ruckus, I am ripping the truck apart and I'm putting all of these in there. So I will be down and out until TDH.
Like, I have a new door for Jangalang. It's going to take a lot of work, so it won't be on before Ruckus. I'm going to try, like, filling the door with epoxy, all kind of stuff. And then I got to find a door for Death Note. So I don't know what shows we're going to hit after Ruckus. That's going to be our, like, fix shit that we broke time period.
Right.
Is there even really any shows, like big shows after Ruckus? Isn't that kind of like the end of the season type of thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see here. Christopher Michael asked, will DS18 be coming out with a smart amplifier?
I do not know. I don't get I get like updates on new products, but usually after they're already done. And then sometimes we'll have meetings and they're like, what product we do or whatever. But it's hard to tell. I know we had the new FRP amps, but I don't think they're smart technology. I don't know 100%.
So here's a question from me specifically. How does that smart technology work? Because I've seen where it says that they'll do the same power at 2, 4, and 1 ohm. But whenever you put them on the dyno, it seems like they still do more power at 1 ohm than it does at 2 ohm and more at 2 than it does at 4. So what is that technology supposed to do? Do y'all know?
I don't know. I know it helps fight rise.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that that's why you see still a power increase over the ohm loads is because of the ohm load and the rise. I mean, but in a real situation of being in a vehicle with that rise, it's going to help maintain that wattage rating at the ohm loads that it says.
In a normal demo build or something you're going to drive daily, when you're watching amp dyno videos, kind of ignore the 2 ohm and 1 ohm and pay attention to 4, because your rise is so high that's what you're basically going to be getting out of the amplifier, is that what it's doing at the 4 ohm number anyway.
Right. And I feel like that's where a lot of people, will wire to quarter ohm or whatever. Like, for example, a lot of the Ruthless guys do that, wire to quarter ohm, because those amps are freaking monsters. And they can handle that,
Ruthless guy right here, but I still don't wire to quarter ohm. Those guys on the team are fucking crazy.
But I mean,
I like 6, 7.5 ohm is about where I like to wire down to.
Yeah.
Because I did have a time where I smoked 4 amps in a season, and I was strapped at 6, 7, which brought each amp down to 3 or 0.3, and they did not like that.
Andy McGill said that the smart technology is just a 2 ohm board that limits current below that resistance, etc. 1, 2, 3, etc.
So Christopher Michael actually inputted on that. He said they have a regulated internal power supply. So I know that he's going to some kind of classes because he lives in the same town as me. We're actually buddies. He's going to some kind of car audio, like an installer's class or whatever. So he said they just covered that in the course that they went over.
So Jerry at Ruckus, are you going to let me get you into the Bass Canyon and hit you with a 38 hertz demo?
Oh God, come on! I would have been fine if you had said 30, but you went to 38. Well, I mean, as long as we keep it under 40, we're good.
Yeah, no, I don't play over 40 unless I'm burping.
Dude, I came to get a demo from you at the TCP show, and that's when I asked your dad what the hell he was doing in your ride, because I didn't know it was his dad. Yeah,
he still talks about that. That was my first ever bass show for my parents. They never been to a bass show the entire 20 years I've been involved in car audio, and my dad was actually super enthused with everything. He had a good time, right. But he still talks about that. He's like, yeah, this big dude with a big beard came up to me and was like, "What are you doing in Kalua's car? Did he say you could be in here?" And he was like, "I'm his dad."
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I just saw some random dude in there, Hey,
that's good.
I want to tell you, thank you for looking out, though, man.
And I was looking around, and I didn't see you anywhere. So I'm just like, okay, what's going on here?
Hey, that's good looking out, though. So if Jerry sees someone in your build that's not you, he's gonna say something. He's gonna be like, "What the heck?"
Well, I mean, if I know you, yes, obviously.
Jerry's the TCP security.
No, don't say that, or they want me to go around the hotel at night with body armor on and an AR.
Hey, at the last show that would have been nice, but
we could have used it.
Because there's a lot of people that got broke into. And did they ever figure that out?
No.
So I was told that basically along the whole 95 corridor, all the hotels that were along the corridor, over 70 different vehicles got broken into that night. Amongst a bunch of different hotels. So it wasn't just a car audio targeted thing.
Right.
I was mad that morning. My God.
I was too. Jerry called me and woke me up, man. I was like, he said, hey man, you need to go check your vehicle. The police out here, a bunch of vehicles had the windows broken. I was like, are you fucking with me, man? And he was like, no, why would I be fucking with you? And then I called Kalana and he said the same thing. And I was like, no, why would I be fucking with you? So,
dude, I was sleeping and you kept calling me. So I fucking put my phone on mute. And then like you kept banging on my door. And I was just like,
yeah,
I rolled over, looked at the wife. I said, if he doesn't stop banging on this door, I'm going to get so
Dude,
mad.
I went to bed at like 2 a.m. and Paul called me at 6 and woke me up.
yeah. I appreciate you waking me up though. And, you know, because we had a rental and somebody actually tried to break into it. But I don't know. I guess the Jeep windows are too strong. But
Jeep,
because we had it was a 2024 Cherokee, and they punched it because it had like little cracks where they punched it. They punched it 5 times, but it never broke. And then by the time we got home, it had cracked like all the way across the window because it like with the temperature going up and down,
right?
It split the window a little bit more. Luckily, in Kentucky, though, it's illegal to drive without a window in any spot. So it didn't cost me anything because you can get free window replacements in Kentucky.
Well, it was a rental. They have insurance. And you had a police report, so it's all good.
Right. All right. Does anybody in the comment section have any questions or anything? For me, Kalana, Jerry, any of us, we'll answer some questions.
Come on, guys, ask questions. I mean, I shaved my balls for this.
Oh my goodness. Let's keep that off the cam, y'all.
Did you use Gillette or did you use Schick?
Yeah, all right. I guess we're doing this, Jerry. How do you shave your balls? What's your process?
The lawnmower 2.0.
I've actually seen commercials for that.
It leaves them silky smooth.
Jerry probably got it for free off a TikTok shop.
No, actually, that's the one thing I didn't get for free.
Chris Michael asks, what's the most powerful sub underneath the Hooligan?
The EXL-XX is what I run and recommend.
Okay. So Mike, you go ahead.
On paper, if you understand TS parameters, the EXL-XX will smoke the Hooligan across the board.
Andy McGill says he has a question. Is Jerry loud now?
No, still not loud.
He's still not loud, Andy. One of my good friends in the Facebook chats asked Jerry, do you pull toward or against the grain?
Man, they're balls. That shit, there is no against it. It's whatever.
Do you bat wing it to make sure you get an extra smooth shape?
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to end this. I'm gonna have to end the live stream, y'all.
No, we need to get the clue in here.
Someone asked, what exactly is clamp power and how do you do it? So I'd say Jerry would be the best to answer that because he's done videos on that. So,
oh well, clamp power. I mean, you need something like a term lab with a clamp that will clamp what the amp's actually producing, the ohm load. Well, it'll show you like your rise, which is your impedance rise or ohm load, the frequency, everything. So you can do it with a term lab. You can do it with the SMD AMM1. I think there's other companies that make clamps. I don't know how good they are. And there's some brainiac way you can do it with a regular like AC clamp and a
digital multimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's above my knowledge level.
Mine too. But what I had learned playing with the AMM1 is you don't want to burp your peak. Like you kind of want to start at your peak and burp and record your clamp power and impedance rise, but start going away from your peak because you're most efficient at your peak. Like your rise is going to be the highest. You're going to get the least amount of power because you're the most efficient there. But when you get away from your peak, you lose efficiency, and that's when your amplifier is going to start making the bigger power.
So Mike wants to know if anybody's ever built amps out of home stereo equipment.
I don't know a lot about home stereo equipment anyway. I know it's expensive.
Robin Williams said did Jerry know he'd be banned from heaven's gates once he committed to a life of tattoos?
That's why I was laughing while you guys were talking.
Revelations 19:16. They're talking about the return of Jesus, and it said, upon his robe and upon his thigh, Lord of Lords, King of Kings. So if it said it on his robe and his thigh, wouldn't Jesus have had a tattoo? And wouldn't he have been arrogant for having a tattoo that said Lord of Lords, King of Kings?
Well, he had piercings.
Makes you wonder.
Kalana, did you say piercings in reference to his hand?
Yeah, that was the joke.
Somebody asked, "Well, how does the resilient?" Well, he just said resilience. I assume he means resilient sounds compared to the Scar SDR. Well, resilient sounds. I'm just going to assume you mean the entry level because that's the only one that I would think would compare. The resilient sounds entry level, I would say, would be better than the SDR series. The only thing that I would personally run from Scar is the BXF. BXF's pretty good, and if you want something with a higher FS, the ZBX are decent. But
freaking Robert, dude, he's gonna make me die in this chat.
What are we laughing at now?
He says, "No, I prefer mine as a 10-pound, 3-ounce baby Jesus without tattoos."
Dear baby Jesus.
Zach, if you don't know Robert is probably one of the funniest dudes that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. This man comes up with the craziest stuff all the time. Sometimes we have little chats, and this man dresses up as Batman.
He does dress up as Batman a lot.
Yes, he does. He is the Dark Knight.
Does he have a Batman build?
No, but he has the Batman full mask.
But he has the costume.
Full Batman costume.
That's pretty cool. I don't think I've met him. Is he on TCP or?
Yes,
he is.
Yeah,
he is our fearless leader.
Anthony Gordon says he's not funny though. That's what he just said in my chat over here.
What chat are you looking at, Kalana?
It's a chat that's coming up on my live stream on my Facebook end. I don't know why it's not popping into our StreamYard here, but I'm doing my best to try to translate this to us here as well.
This motherfucker just said Gotham needs me.
Somebody in my chat named Mike Appel, he wants to know what would be the best bang for your buck for like an entry level person who's starting to get into car audio. What would be the best bang for your buck?
Well,
I don't know.
I'll say this. I'm a dealer for Audio Ace. Y'all know this. The Audio Ace Joker 15 is $180 right now. And it's a 1,500 watt sub. We've got 4 of them in Ashland's car on 4,000 watts doing a 153. I mean, you can't complain with those results from $180 subs. And if anybody wants one, I've actually got 8 of those in stock. You can order them right now at djdirtybass.com. $180, you can't beat it for a 1,500 watt sub. It's a dual stack magnet, and I mean they're pretty efficient. They've got a high compliance. It doesn't take a lot of power to get them moving. You know, if you're just starting out, they're pretty good sub.
And
what do y'all recommend?
Right now, today only, if you buy one at double the price, you get the second one free.
That's such a good deal.
That is a killer deal.
That's any day with any of my products. So.
Oh, man. Anthony's lighting up Robert in here.
But, yeah, Audio Ace Jokers. Honestly, the Scar VXF, I don't know what your budget is, but Scar VXF is good. Resilient sound.
Hey, I started out with the American-based XFLs, and I love those subs for like extreme budget.
I'm not one to hate on Scar, man. I ran Sundown. I don't hate Scar. I ran Sun.
I ran Scar.
But let's see, Resilient Sounds has an entry sub, but from Resilient Sounds, I would recommend the Gold. The Gold B2s. Yep. Well, yeah, we're talking about entry level, Kalana.
This is entry level.
But the Gold V2s, they're 1500 RMS, and they're pretty strong woofers. I'm also a dealer for Resilient Sounds. Like Jerry said, from DS18, what do you recommend from DS18 as an entry level?
Man, I don't even know. Entry level, I don't really pay attention to our entry stuff that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we have a Gen X HE. Because anything I would want to recommend High Excursion.
Right. Because you like them lows.
More X-Max, better lows, you can get wind moving. So probably the Gen X HE.
And then Kalana recommends the Platinums. So
I definitely do.
And then if you can go dig through like old storage units or whatever that has audio from like the late 90s, look for Funky Pups. Best sub ever made.
180 dB on 2 watts. Yeah.
On 2 watts,
Right.
on an 8.
I mean, seriously, can we just talk about how beautiful this sub is?
Hey, Kalana, where'd you get those real quick, buddy?
I got these at djdirtybass.com, of course, with that man in the purple shirt right there. Go ahead. If
Yes,
you guys are
sir.
looking for some subs, use my name, Kaulana. Save yourself some money on these Resilient Platinums. Carbon fiber cones, carbon fiber disc caps. These things are actually really nice, you know. Like,
That's a nice fucking sub.
it's a beautiful sub, dude. They're fucking heavy, though. Like,
I
They
see
are
a picture
beautiful.
of some pervert sitting on the toilet with
I know, dude. That guy was so perverted. How dare he do these things to these woofers? The shame.
Hot dog in the pole vent.
Listen, I was just trying to test how big the pole vent was. I couldn't find the tape measure, but I knew how big I was.
I think he's asking how do
you increase SPL at lower frequencies.
yeah.
More cube. Everything works together. Like
Somebody asked me, has it been sanitized?
if you watch my YouTube channel, you'd see that me and Dustin will tear something apart that works perfectly good and make changes. But when you do that, like for instance, the first time we did my port, I had both seats in the Jeep. I burped it at 20 hertz. And then we tore everything apart and we had to take the seats and everything out. We made changes, but you got to burp it the exact same way. So we had to put seats and everything back in to burp it to see if it gained or lost. And then depending upon the outcome, you got to tear everything apart and change. It's like it all works together. The size of the enclosure, the tuning. Like here recently, I just doubled my port length. And I got some really, really good results out of doubling the port length. But when you tune that low, you're only going to be able to play rebased music.
Right. Which I'm your plug for that, you know.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, there's some songs out there I really like that aren't rebased, but it ain't like I can turn the subwoofers on and listen to them. So it's kind of a sacrifice you have to make to tune that low if you want to listen to your Apple Music.
Yeah, because I think you're pretty much forced to only play rebates at this point now in both you
Right.
and Debbie's builds, right?
Debbie's plays a lot higher than mine.
See, that's what I like about my build. Like, I do play a lot of rebates just because I can find the specific
Right.
frequencies that I like to play. But I still have the privilege of being able to play Spotify music or Apple Music. Like, I can still
Right.
play regular songs, and they still sound really good.
Ashland's runs the same way. She can play regular music too. And it's not the same, but I mean, it sounds okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like tuned at -5, I got to turn the bass knob up even exponentially more with regular
Right.
music, but
Right.
it still sounds pretty good.
It's like we got a build going on right now with a Scion, and we tune this thing high, so it'll play rebass like down to 20, but it'll also play like Apple Music or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked, with the DSP, what would you recommend for the tune to be on the amp? So do y'all just set the amp flat? Yep.
Flat.
That's what I was going to say.
Head unit flat. If you're running a DSP, head unit goes flat. Your amp switches go on like full, and just go from there. Like let the DSP do all the work.
Anthony Gordon says that he lives through Jerry and Josh for the lows.
Man, Anthony's a hell of a guy.
Dude, that dude is family for life, dude. I love that dude.
So, if anybody has any questions before we head out here, we're over an hour now. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and put those up. So do y'all have any questions for each other, for me, or whatever?
I have one for you.
What's up?
What episode would a clue be on?
Bro, I'm telling you, the internet wants to clue.
Well, I guess we can reach out to him and see if he wants to get on.
You need to get the clue on, and Memphis, Houston.
I can make the Memphis one
needs
happen.
To be on here with the clue.
We've already talked about Memphis.
We can't have them both on the same episode, Jerry.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be the most watched episode ever.
I think the clue would deny that request if we told him Memphis was going to.
Well, we're not going to tell him Memphis is going to be on. It's going to be a surprise.
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can make that happen. I know I can get Memphis on here if I ask. Memphis lives out here in our area.
Be on.
Yeah, Memphis would be really easy for me to get a hold of. He comes out to a lot of the base meets that we do out here. So
I think I sent him a flash drive a few weeks back. So
Anthony TCP Gordon asked if you only make lows and do you make custom requests? I can answer that. He does make anything you want. Just ask him, pay him, and he will make it for you.
I have made songs down to 4 hertz for Caveman. What is his name? Yeah, Jay Janelle.
Oh yeah, Jay.
I made a song or two for him. That was like 5 hertz. I can do any frequency, man. Memphis, Houston. He's actually in here. So
that's the homie.
If you want to be on the next episode,
we'll get you on the next episode. Add him in here now.
I don't know how to do that.
Ashlyn usually get your producer. She's in the background. Ashlyn, how do we add Memphis? We need Memphis in here now.
She's actually not in here. So, but we're about to head out on this episode. But I will have you on the next one if you want. You can be our next guest.
Memphis, reach out to me on Facebook.
We're about to end this one. So, but yeah, we can have him on the next one.
Okay. Next one, Memphis. He wants in now, though. He wants in now.
Do you know how to do it, Ashley?
I know how to do it.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to get him in here right now.
Guys,
we don't need Wilder with the timer.
Some of the
We're in here having
stickers
fun.
Coming out. Hurricane Memphis.
Hurricane Memphis.
Dude, wait till you see his new stickers he's coming out with. They're awesome.
Is that the one with the Clue's face that says I shove stickers?
Yes, dude. It's so awesome.
Jerry got to be with him.
Memphis is like, no.
Ashlyn says she's working on it.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, dude, I ain't worried about the timer, Zach. We'll just keep going, bro. We can get Memphis in here. Trust me. It'll be good.
I mean, if y'all are cool to keep going, we can keep going.
Dude, it's Memphis.
Down. Okay. Yeah, of course. I'm down. Even if it wasn't Memphis, I'm still down.
What's up?
We're just having fun.
Where'd you send it?
Facebook.
Ashlyn said that she sent the invite link on Facebook. So it should be in your messenger if you want to join in. And then we'll add you in to the chat.
Cinnamon.
Choke your mouth.
Or Kalana, send him the same link that we sent you.
Yeah, I got you.
So that we can get him in. Because I know you're already friends with him on there.
Yeah, I got you. I got it. I'm doing it right now. Coming at you, Memphis, right here.
Ashlyn was in the other room watching on her phone, so she said she'd let me take care of the comments and stuff tonight.
Shameless plug.
Josh Daly's like, what are we talking about?
Shameless plug. You see all this like behind us with that pink glow? Redeemed LED. Shout out.
Okay.
Dude, them LEDs on your Jeep are actually pretty freaking bright.
That's just my rock lights.
Somebody said I accidentally send the link to chat.
All right, Ashlyn, how do we add Memphis into the screen here? He's on here. We're just trying to add him into the screen.
Oh, you got to click that button to the left.
Like Joe Dirt said, we're new.
Yeah, we've not had more than 3 people on the screen before, so we're trying to figure it out.
Dude, there's Memphis.
Memphis.
What's up?
What's up, Jared?
Welcome to the Bass Drop Podcast.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, that thumb drive you sent me, man, that shit is live. I just
Okay.
I've been in the truck now testing and demoing.
All right.
I actually got the first. You sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't get a chance to play it until probably today and yesterday because my truck's been at dropping hertz for since sundown.
Yeah. Are you going to Ruckus, by the way?
I'm on Team Ruckus. I have no choice.
Wait. Okay.
Are you bringing that build?
So here's the thing.
The answer better be yes, Memphis.
I have to either bring this one or bring this one.
I want the 2412 build at Ruckus.
Hurricane Frost.
Yeah, Frost is probably the one that's coming because Cantil called out Frost too.
Well,
so Cantil called Frost out.
Well, you know what's up, then you need to bring it.
I think I'm going to bring both.
Both.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes. So, yeah, for Sky High, we got a chat going on in Sky High, and there's I told him I was going to bring 2, so I might have to bring 2.
You know,
so
who is showing up to Ruckus this year is Mike Malazio with his
Oh yeah, that's my boy. With he gonna bring Windy City and fucking Tropical Depression.
Oh, I can't wait to get in them builds.
And a little piece of information here. He's gonna have a whole freaking folder of rebase music for me. And they're all 17, 18, 19, 20 hertz. So it's gonna be windy.
The best thing about your music is that when I go into the folder, I can choose by frequency.
Yes, sir.
That's the best. So I have a laptop full, and I've literally spent the last couple months accumulating everybody's music. I got 160s, I got Colton Tallies, I got Hayden Price, I got yours, and I got I forgot what the name of the other one is, but I got like 7 different people's stuff on there. And the only folder that I can go into and choose by frequency is yours. So literally, my brain defaults to go to that one anyway.
Right. And see, that's why I set it up like that, because I had so many people ask, hey, man, can you separate these by frequency? And it was a pain in the ass to do it at first because I had to go through everything I've ever done. But, after I did that, people were so grateful for it. And, because people play, like 26 hertz, whatever. And that's what they want to play. So now they've got a folder for that.
Yeah,
and
I play like Jerry. Jerry likes to go low. So I go down. I play from 16 to like 55.
Well, I'm gonna have to get my wig split at Ruckus then, huh?
Yeah, come on, man. I it's funny because when I first came up in the audio industry, like, whose videos I used to see the most? Jerry shit.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, I said, man, that thing has got to be doing fucking numbers. I was like, because every time he posted, it looked like he can't breathe in his own shit. And I was like, I want to do that. It looks like I came from the custom car side. So I built custom cars for a couple of years. I had Cars in Dub magazine and things like that. And then I went from there to building race cars. And after I got bored with the race cars, I was like, man, what's next? And a couple guys in my local area, they had builds. Chris Wilson, Brian Joyner, they had builds out. And so I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I want to do that. And they took me to Ruckus for the first time about 4 or 5 years ago. And ever since then, I've been sold, man. I think I literally have probably like 9 Chevys here and like 4 builds. And
really?
Yeah,
it's just been exploding, Memphis. Like I remember when you just had the Burb, and then like all of a sudden you got a shop. Now you just building and building and building. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see, man.
I get bored fast, and I'm at 21 years in the Army, so I'm retiring in the next 9 months. And I was trying to figure out what was I going to do, and I was like, I need to find something that I can do that I enjoy and it doesn't feel like a job. So I got an audio because building vehicles, I can build a vehicle. I don't have to have a vehicle in here all day, every day. Me comfortably is 2-3 cars a month, and I'm good. I don't do radio installs. I don't do like the small stuff. If it's not a big build, I really don't want to do it.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
Yep.
Like my regular job, and then on weekends, like I currently have a build that I'm doing on weekends, and it ain't really like a job. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's fun because when you do a build for somebody else, it's technically it's your build, in my opinion. Like I'm doing another build for me.
Right.
And that's the important part about it, man. And the community right now, people are trying to saturate our community with drama. And I tell people all the time,
too much.
There's gonna be drama in everything. Don't accept it as your drama, and you're cool.
Exactly.
As long as I don't accept it as mine, like shit happens. You got family members you don't like, right?
Yeah.
It's the same shit. So I'm like, it's not my drama. There is drama, but it's not mine, and so that doesn't tarnish the community for me.
Exactly, and that's a good way to look at things, man. Because if you get caught up in it, then that it's on you now. So, but as long
it's kind of all right to be on the outside, just looking in, going, "What a fucking shit show."
Yep.
But the thing is that people willingly choose to accept other people's drama in audio. Right. You see two big companies going at it. Those are fucking millionaires going back and forth. I'm not climbing in on their shit.
No.
You got people
they're just out there measuring peepees, man.
Yeah, you got people from Sundown that are like, fuck this person or fuck this company. I'm like, what does that do for you?
Nothing.
What does it do? It does nothing. Keep buying your equipment, keep supporting what you support, and shut the fuck up online. That's how I feel about it.
And we proven points, Like I have never ran mainstream brands, never. I'm out here giving killer demos. I get a line that shows.
Yep.
Look at what you did at Sundown, Memphis.
Yeah, so that was a point for me too.
Because you took a non-Sundown brand and stole the Deadliest Demo Award.
That's wild.
Yes.
That was the point.
Right.
So what's in your build, Memphis?
So it is 24 HDX 312s.
HDX. What brand are those?
Those are SoundCube.
SoundCube. Okay.
Yep. SoundCube 12s. And I ain't gonna lie, like everybody's like, oh well, was it clamping? So I'm actually clamping. I actually clamped it the other day. I had to clamp it twice because I clamped it on the Steve Mead, and a ton of people jumped on my post and was like, "But that piece of equipment's not accurate." Cool beans.
So what did you do on the term lab?
I clamped it on the term lab. I'm actually getting exactly 1,500 and some change per sub, which is RMS for the sub. So out of 38,000 watts, it's 15 and some change per sub. So 24. It does pretty good. And, I ain't smelled glue since I had it.
So the real question is, what does it do?
It do a 63 at 25 with the windows down.
That is insane.
That's beast.
Yeah.
With the windows down. That's crazy.
Yeah, windows down. I just metered it the other night, and I posted it on Facebook because a lot of people are scared to post their numbers. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not a fucking cage match. It's audio.
Right.
It's a hobby. What if somebody else does a bigger number than you? It's about what makes me happy. This build makes
exactly. Yep.
There's people out there who do way bigger numbers, the build may be windier, may be louder, it may get more views than you, but it's the important thing is if it makes you happy. And the only person I want to make unhappy is Jason DeClue.
Right. Now, you are still stock cabin, right?
Yeah, I'm still stock cabin. My build has no steel in it besides my bracelet.
Right.
And remind us again who designed that enclosure?
Hunter Martin. Hunter Martin designed everything I build. Like when I say everything I build for customers, I think me and Hunter have probably done over 200 designs together.
That man designed my fourth order that I'm getting ready to put into the truck.
Yeah, Hunter's a beast. He's a beast, man. And, people will say everything, but like I always tell people, it's a learning curve and it's continual. Like you will never know everything about it. And the important part is not the fact that you pick this designer, is if that designer has great customer service and will work with you and answer that phone or answer a message at any given time. Right. And I get on Hunter's fucking nerves. There's two people's nerves I get. Well, three people's nerves I get on. I get on John Rabe's nerves. I get on fucking Hunter Martin's nerves, and I get on Jonathan Patrick's nerves. Like religiously. Jonathan Patrick's probably the worst because I inbox him and he's a smart dude, so he communicates like a smart person. I communicate like a 3-year-old. So you gotta fucking dumb it down. You gotta make it relatable.
Where were you the other weekend? Memphis at Jax's. Everybody showed up at Jax's, man. We were wondering if you were gonna come out.
I was in Reno, Nevada at Sky High for a week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, when everybody was at Jax, that was Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I was on a plane coming back.
Ah, that's okay. I'd much rather go hang out with John Rabe than be at Jax's.
Yeah, man. And John, he definitely showed me a good time, man. I spent time with him, the wife, kids. I stayed at the house. I stayed at he put me in the Nugget Hotel. I stayed out there, but I spent every day with him from sun up to sundown, man. He's a really great fucking dude. Like, it's a difference to, talk to and meet somebody online, but to actually meet the person and see what he does for his people and what he's willing to do for people. Like, he's a great guy. He has a to an extent, he has an asshole persona to some people online. I know, I see it. I like it. I mean, I'm sonable at what of an asshole, but I like to be a good person to a lot of people too. So, it's good to actually meet these people in person and see what makes them tick, man. He was a great person and he showed me a lot. And I appreciate it. But I was out there when y'all were at Jack's Wax. I saw how big that meet was, and I was upset because I was in the sky. And if you ever fly
it was a big meet,
bring a fucking a parachute if you ever fly out anywhere with mountains, because the planes literally fall in and out of the sky. Like I thought I was like, this sucks ass to die like this. I thought I was about to.
Nah, man. I like to stay on the ground. I weigh like 320, so I like to stay on the ground.
Hey, if you fall out of plane, you'll just die faster. It'll be cool. You won't even know.
Hey, I guess if you want to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Byron Chambliss said, "What's up?" That's Sogasm ESV.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think I crushed the dude's hand next to me. I don't know how his hand got in my hand, but I'm pretty sure I balled it up. He was feeling the same way I was feeling though. Like me and him were in the last two seats on the plane, like at the very back, sitting next to the stewardess, and it was blowing my mind that because I've taken tons of military flights and probably only a handful of civilian flights, and it was blowing my mind that through all that fucking turbulence, the stewardesses and shit were back there just having a normal conversation. And I was literally shitting off the side of my seat onto the floor. And I was like, how?
Hey, I guess if you fly all the time, like the stewardess and stuff, they get used to it,
Yeah, so. But they get so used to it that they don't know when they're actually dying.
Yeah, right. They don't know
like, hey, that's kind of the same though.
Mask drop, dude. That's when they panic.
That's kind of the same with car audio though, man, because you get used to it and then you try to sit in a 170 or something. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Memphis, tell us what amplifiers you're running in Hurricane Frost.
Okay, so Hurricane Frost is running 4 because everybody sees a picture and thinks it's 2. It's 4 Q1 10Ks.
Nice.
And I have 6 subs per amplifier running. So I think I'm actually ohmed out at like 0.89. Which in my opinion is just 1 ohm.
Right, pretty much.
Because those subs, if a lot of people don't understand, those subwoofers are actually like 2.2 ohm. Like if you get a dual 2, it's actually 2.2. Right. So once you add all that residual up, it actually comes out closer with 6 subs up to fucking about almost 1 ohm. So with box rise, which I mean, I guess you can say my box is not efficient because with box, I only got 1 times box rise. So it's rising at 2 ohms. So at 2 ohms, these amps are putting out 11K per, which is pretty insane in my opinion.
That is very good.
Yeah, so that's why I turn around
Black
and
says turn on a light, man. That flip phone sucks.
I'm in the dark because I had to go get in my truck, man, because my signal in the shop is pretty bad. Like if I go in the shop and turn and plug in and talk to y'all from there. It'll be choppy, and everybody makes fun of me on my live when I'm at the shop.
So when we gonna get a Memphis pack or something, man? Music pack.
I got some songs I can send you to create me a pack that are my favorites.
Hey, we'll have to get that going before Ruckus, so you got DJ Dirty Bass to play, huh?
Yeah, we definitely do, because I'm not gonna lie, I've tried a lot of music. I do like Colton Talley's songs. I will say that, because I know he's probably gonna see it. I like his songs. He was the first person that got with me, and he made a bunch of songs that I like. And he's a brand new engineer. The guy is awesome. But with yours, it seems that for your music, it's literally, I feel like you made it for my system without knowing me.
Right.
Okay. So that's what I try to do, man. Like whenever I make a song, I try to make it sound right with the song. I try to make it like I will look at every single beat and I try to make it perfect where it needs to be. And that's just it's I'm a perfectionist. I try to do that with every single song if I can,
Yeah. And I tuned my truck spicy, so it's good that yours worked. My truck is tuned very spicy. It's tuned at -10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My edits are -5, so
I know. I checked.
Yeah, that's why his shit is spicy.
Yeah.
I tuned it at -10 because I play a lot of, like, in the blue truck. I like the fact that I didn't play rebase music in the blue truck. The blue truck was all regular music. So I was like, if I tune at -10, it'll make my regular music keep up and my rebase music will be fine. I'll probably just have to keep it down a couple clicks.
Right.
I used to tune that way because I used to listen to a lot of Spotify music. So I had everything at -10. And when I played rebase, I would maybe only be able to go 3/4 of the way up on the knob instead of full tilt like I could on the rebase stuff.
I'll go full tilt. I haven't taken it full tilt yet. I've taken it to 10 out of 12 on the knob.
So you just out here clipping?
No, I've hooked up the Term Lab and everything and all of my SMD equipment, and I ain't got no clip. But
tuned at -10 and playing -5.
Yeah, no clip, because here's why I don't have clip. When I was tuning my amps, I tuned my amps, and when I got to 126 volts, I was still clean, and I said, "Fuck that! I'm not going any further." So Hunter Martin seems to think that I could probably get like 135 out of my amps, but I stopped. So pretty much my amps are retarded right now.
So you still got headway on those then?
Yeah,
even so, you said you're running like close to RMS power. So even if you did go into clipping, you'd probably be fine for a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I'd be fine with clip. I've demoed 2 minutes straight on a song and not smelt anything. So I mean, it's good to me. It feels like I probably got more in it, but I'm comfortable with it. It sounds good. I don't run the lane, so for demo, and it's good for me.
Well, I look forward to seeing it at Ruckus. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, same.
Demo at Ruckus.
She'll be there. I mean, Jerry owes me a demo. Every time I come by, you got a line, so I'll walk away from it.
You VIP. All you got to do is walk up to the door and be like, "I need a demo."
I always I caught you setting up this year at sundown, and I talked with you and Debbie, and then I was like, "All right, let me go." Right. Once he set up, the line is coming.
Last year at Ruckus, I was walking through the parking lot, and Jerry sees me. He points at me. He's like, "You're that fucker from TikTok. Get in here." he literally kicked the dude out of his build at mid song. It was like, "Get in here."
Dave Cook did that sundown.
Living.
And I was like, I said, "You got a line, man." I'll wait. He said, "No." He looked at. He said, "Get out." It had me getting the beer.
Yeah, you VIP though. I mean, we get the you fast pass.
Yeah. I got a fast pass.
You got a fast pass.
Living Loud with Andy. Living Loud with Andy asked, "What is the normal recording level of a DJ Dirty Bass track?" So this was asked earlier, but -5 dB. That's what all my bass is at. Vocals are around -2. I try to boost my vocals up because a lot of people say they're low. But yeah, -5 dB. And this guy, the Living Loud with Andy, he's from Kickers, so that's pretty cool that he's in here on the podcast.
He said, "I'm glad I found you on White."
On YouTube, yeah.
I know it's YouTube. I'm just fucking around.
Hey, we're gonna have to make some rebase music for Kicker, man. We're gonna have to make.
Yeah, you do, 'cause there's a lot of Kicker stuff coming up, man.
Yeah.
Kyle's doing fucking numbers with that, but he can't keep a windshield.
Has he double painted that thing yet?
Huh?
Has he double painted that windshield on that van yet?
No.
I talked to him about that actually.
I told you why he does it on my post
at that last show, because he likes to blow a windshield every show.
It's good publicity.
Right. Yeah, and it looks it's cool on video.
We all knew that one guy back in the day that was like, I blew my windshield with kickers. Well,
it's the Sony Explodes, bro. It's the Sony Explodes.
Yeah, so now he does that every show. Yeah,
Explodes.
Yeah, this is Sony Explodes that blow the windshield. But yeah, man, I agree. I mean, I agree with it. When you think about what we're doing, like views and things like that are taking over when it comes to the social media platforms, and don't nothing get more views than destruction.
Right.
You blow a windshield, the door falls off, Drew Jones's hatch falls off, like all that stuff is like views. Only thing you got to do after that to add to the views is blow a windshield and put a blonde with long hair in the front seat, and you're good.
Right.
I was literally looking at that on my TikTok, and I was like, I got 2 videos, same song, same demo, same vehicle. One is my buddy's wife, and one is him. He has got 5,000 views. Hers got 21,000 views. No difference except she's a female.
Right.
Andy said they need music for the kicker Bronco. I would love to do a pack for that build. That would be awesome. So if we could get together on that and we can get a pack for them, get some promotional between me and kicker, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. So
I'm gonna send you a list in your inbox, and yeah, we'll go from there. I got a list already, so I'll send it to you in your inbox.
All right.
To see what those play like. I'm scrolling through yours now, and I just keep finding stuff that got a lot by Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. Stupid. I played it yesterday for the first time. Like, it was the first song I played off your packs, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fucking dumb. So yeah, we gonna that's gonna be one of the demo songs of the show. Matter of fact, that might be the one you get the demo with.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if I'm making it for you and you're going to demo it for me, I'm going to do it mostly low because I can't take those high frequencies at SPL. You know what I mean?
Well, then I don't know why you made this Got a Lot of song, because it goes from 22 to like 50.
Yeah. But me personally, anything over like a 35, if it's a 160 at 35, I tap out instantly. Like I can't take all that pressure, man. I'm weak. Like, seriously. Because, like, our build, Ashland's car, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's got 4 Audio Ace Joker 15s on 4K, and it only does a 153, and I can't listen to that for too long, Like, a 160, I'm almost instant tap, So
my low peak is 25. My high peak is 52.
Oh,
nice.
So, you're getting a 52 burp.
Oh shit!
With the door open, sure.
In that thing at 52 burp, I need to be there. I want to watch this.
With the door open, sure. I can't do it sealed up though. I'm sorry.
Sealed,
if you'll do
it, you're good.
No, I won't get in it, man. I'm sorry. I can't. I'll die.
Bro, he tell you it's 25. It'll be fine.
No, like, seriously though, I have a heart palpitation, so it would actually probably kill me.
We're not doing that then. I got a heart issue, so I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm living. I'm like, cool. If it conks out, then hopefully somebody's there with the paddles, man.
Yeah.
Right. Going by base ain't that bad though. It can't be that bad. You hear a burp, next thing you know, you either in the pearly gates or you in the fucking devil's kitchen, and you like, what happened? So I mean,
yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna be like, "Where's the woofers at?"
Yeah, you won't. I'm pretty sure down below they gotta have demos down there. They got to.
That's your torture. They're like, "Here's 74 hertz
everything
all day, every day."
Hertz at 70 dB.
That would be my hell. Yeah, dude, those high frequencies, I can't take it. I just can't.
No. When you think about it, hell has got to be 135 hertz, but everybody telling you it's 170s. Before you get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 70, and you get in, it's a 135, and you're just sitting there like, yep.
So it looks like we're gonna have a Memphis Houston pack. It looks like we're gonna have a Kicker Bronco pack from DJ Dirty Bass. That's pretty cool. Because Living Loud with Andy said he'll be in touch. So we got big things coming on my end. Ashland's build, I'm looking at putting both of the 43s, my JP 43s out of the truck in hers. Hopefully before Ruckus, if not next year, because we still need to get a bigger alternator for her car. But
what size alternator's on it now?
Stock.
Are you gonna have a booth at Ruckus?
No, I'll just be walking around getting demos and stuff. So.
All right, well, hit me up when y'all start trying to figure out the alternator thing. I'm gonna see if I can help out with that.
Okay. Well, I just ordered the wire for it, so the alternator's the next thing that we need.
All right.
So yeah.
Yeah, you're making model me, and I'll see what I can do.
Okay. But
right.
So if none of y'all got anything else, we're an hour and 40 minutes in here. I think we're about to head out. Last time we only ran an hour. Huh?
Extended show.
Yeah, y'all got
to, man. We had to get Memphis in here. We got Jerry in here.
Right.
Like, I mean,
I appreciate
we can go 4 hours.
Hey, if Memphis, if you want to come back for your own episode too, we can do that.
I'll come back next week.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have 2 weeks from now. We do it every 2 weeks. But
right,
yeah,
cool.
we'll have you back in here.
All right, yeah, just let me know.
But before we head out, DJDirtyBass.com, any rebase music you need. If you use code Bass Drop for the rest of the night, 20% off any flash drive, any rebase edit. With Bass Drop. I can't talk right now for some reason. I'm spazzed out. But yeah, DJDirtyBass.com for your rebase music. I'm a dealer for Audio Ace and Resilient Sounds. If you need DS18, you probably get with Jerry Ain't Loud. Go follow
Platinums. Get with him.
Yep. So go follow all these guys on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, whatever they got.
Jerry Ain't Loud YouTube. Watch me and Dustin build a Scion.
Yep.
There you go.
Shameless
plug. And then Kalana's on
the
TikTok.
Bass Canyon on TikTok. Watch me molest subwoofers.
And then Memphis, where do you post at, man?
I do a lot of posts on TikTok and Facebook. Facebook is Memphis Houston. TikTok is Reckless Audio LLC.
Okay. So go follow him.
I follow Memphis.
And then
follow Jerry.
and then in 2 weeks, y'all can see us back with Memphis if he's still down. And with that, I think we're done. So thanks for joining the Bass Drop Podcast, and don't forget to drop the bass.
Peace out.